What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to the final episode ever of the Madden 21 Rams Bust to Baller rebuild here on the PC. That is right. We are back for one final time to recap this series. We've had some good memories, we've had some bad memories, and we've had just an overall good time playing this series. At least I have. I hope you guys have had a great time watching it. And it is sad. It is sad to come to an end, because this has probably been my favorite series to do, just because of all the draft class mods that you can have, and having the going back to the 2009 season, and just it's so much better to do this kind of stuff, because I like going back to the past and reliving some of the stuff that I watched when I was a kid. So all these players that are in this series, at least in the beginning, were guys that I grew up watching. So it's super cool to go back and play as them in Madden 21, and I have to go back and play an old Madden that doesn't have as near as good quality or gameplay and stuff. So, well, sometimes the gameplay's better on those old games, but that's a whole different conversation. But this episode is, I don't know how long it's going to be. Obviously you do, because you can see the time down below, but I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know what really we're going to do. We're just going to go over the stats of the season. We're going to go over the awards of the season. We're going to see who won the Super Bowl, see who was in the Pro Bowl, just like we would do in a normal year. And then we're going to, after all that's done, then we're going to go over some career stats. We're going to take a look through the league and just reminisce a little bit and look through that stuff. So make sure to smash that like button if you are excited. Hit that notification bell and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. Let's get into the video. So we start off with the Pro Bowl, the final Pro Bowl of the series. Here we are. We have Mitchell Trubisky and Joe Flacco as your starters. Then Marcus Mariota and Josh Freeman, and then Jared Goff and Dwayne Haskins made the Pro Bowl as well. Le'Veon Bell and Ray Rice, CJ2K, Arian Foster, we got one Pro Bowl. David Johnson and Zeke Elliott both made it. Do we have any other Pro Bowlers? Martavis Bryant makes it. Okay, I can deal with that. Braxton Miller made it too. That's pretty cool. No tight ends, looks like it. No left tackles or left guards. No centers. No right guards. No right tackles. So no offensive lineman made the Pro Bowl for us. We have anybody else of note? Von Miller makes it for the AFC. No linebackers so far. No linebackers. So we only have one Pro Bowler? Is that what you're telling me right now? It looks like that's what they're telling me right now. We had David Johnson. Oh, we had two Pro Bowlers. We had David Johnson and Martavis Bryant. Those are our only two Pro Bowlers in this final season. That's how bad of a season we had. So there's the Pro Bowl rosters. Let's take a look at the stats on the season before we get into the awards. Jameis Winston, 4,300 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, 17 picks. Is that his best season? Or did he have a better season? He threw his most touchdowns ever, but also his most interceptions ever. So it's kind of a win-loss situation for him. But he got a pretty decent season. Not horrible. 4,300 passing yards, not bad. David Johnson, 244 carries, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Darius Guice got 78 carries with 1 touchdown. Eddie Lacy even got 3 touchdowns in the goal. I would assume in the red zone, probably at the goal line. I don't really know where he played. 2 1,000-yard receivers. Martavis Bryant had 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Josh Reynolds had 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns. Kobe Fleener, who also got 5,000 career receiving yards in that game against the Bears in the last episode. We'll check that out in a minute when we go to the career stats and stuff. He also had 5 touchdowns. Kelvin Benjamin had 5 touchdowns as well. Aaron Hernandez had 6 touchdowns, so that's pretty cool for him. On the Defensive side of things, Reuben Foster is our only 100+ tackler with 109, 10 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks, 2 interceptions as well. Josh Robinson had 91 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 2 touchdowns. Who led interceptions? Was it just these guys? George Iloka had 2, and Buster Skrine had 2. So nobody really dominated with interceptions. We just really kind of like spread the wealth a little bit there. We got a ton of interceptions, but just not by one guy. Eli Apple had 1, Jabril Peppers had 1, Lee and Burfict both had 1 as well. So not a lot of craziness there. Sacks, Darren Lee led with 8.5. Then Harold Landry had 6.5. Kendall Beckwith had 5. Dominic Easley had 4. 2 for Foster, Burfict, Shane Ray, and Cleveland Farrell. 1.5 for Jeffrey Simmons, 1 for Joyner, and 0.5 for Skrine, Abubakam, and Greg Hardy. So that is your defensive stuff. Deflections, we had 9 deflections by Reuben Foster. That's pretty cool. Forced fumbles, Reuben Foster had 1, Robinson had 1. Obviously, that was the one that we caused in the game against the Bears. George Iloka and Jabril Peppers both had 1, but we only ever picked up 1 of them. Jabril Peppers picked up his forced fumble. I'm assuming he picked up his own forced fumble. So that's kind of depressing. We should have definitely had the one with Josh Robinson, but apparently the ball just wanted to go right back to Tyler Lockett's hands. Blocked kicks, we had two blocked kicks from Abubakam. That's pretty cool. Safety, we had 1 safety from Darren Lee and no defensive touchdowns. But 1 safety and 2 block kicks, that's really cool. Dan Carpenter, he had 9 made, 9 out of 11, 81 percentage, 81% made. 52 was the longest. He had 1 blocked, and he made all of his extra points. So decent year for Dan Carpenter. You can't really ask for too much. Quinn Sharp, we don't really care about. Kick returning, Jamal Agnew and Eddie Lacy did most of the kick returning. That's funny that Eddie Lacy was doing some kick returning. And then Jamal Agnew did most of the punt returning as well. So that's your season stats. We finished 15th on the Legacy leaderboard with 1 Super Bowl and 1 NFC Championship. That's all right. I mean, we could have done better, but we just didn't really get that many opportunities. We just didn't have the right teams. The yearly awards, Jared Goff is your MVP with Dwayne look at this top 3. Look at this top 3. Jared Goff, Mitch Trubisky, and Dwayne Haskins are your top 3 for the MVP this year. That is something. That is something. Coach of the year is Mike Vrabel. Yeah, Mike Vrabel. AFC awards, Jared Goff, Offensive Player of the Year. CJ Mosley, Defensive Player of the Year. Dwayne Haskins, Rookie. So he finished in 3rd in the MVP in his rookie season. Dwayne Haskins is going to be a demon. Devin Bush is Defensive Rookie. Jared Goff, Best QB. Best Running Back, Ray Rice. Doug Baldwin, Best Wide Receiver. Anthony Davis, not the player, not the NBA player. Best Offensive Lineman. J.J. Watt, D-Line. Von Miller, Linebacker. Jalen Ramsey, DB. Whoa! Colts got Von Miller and Jalen Ramsey. That's a nasty defense right there. Best Kicker is Aaron Petrie, and then we go to the Offensive Player of the Year. On the NFC side is Trubisky. And then Tahir Whitehead. Rookie of the Year is TJ Hawkinson and Devin White. Mitch Trubisky is Best QB, with Jameis finishing in 2nd there. David Johnson wins Best Running Back, so we got an award. Allen Robinson, Best Wide Receiver. Tyron Smith, Best Offensive Lineman. Brandon Graham, Best D Lineman. Tahir Whitehead, Best Linebacker. D Milliner, Best DB. And Best Kicker is Steven Gostkowski. So those are your awards for the final season. Let's take a look at some career stats here. So Jameis Winston finishes his career in 5 seasons with 16,958 passing yards. He was so close to 17,000. He needed a couple more yards to get to 17,000. He finishes with 142 touchdowns, 58 interceptions. Not the worst. A career completion percentage of 66%. Not the worst career in the world. We've got rushing. David Johnson finishes his career with 5,285 rushing yards. Eddie Lacy finishes with 2,757 rushing yards and 43 touchdowns, but only because he's been in the league a few years longer than David Johnson, who has 35. Peyton Hillis, who was here the entire span of the series, only had ever gotten 227 yards on 7 touchdowns. He was our fullback from day one, and he only ever got 99 carries. That's pretty interesting. Wide receivers, we got Kobe Fleener, who led everybody with 481 receptions, 5,021 yards, 43 touchdowns. Martavis Bryant was close behind him with 4,963, 39 touchdowns. Kelvin Benjamin only played a couple of seasons with it. I think he played 3 seasons with us, if I'm not mistaken. No, he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. I didn't realize we had him for that many seasons. Wow. Okay. And then he played 1 with Minnesota. I guess I thought he was here a little bit shorter than that. We had Josh Reynolds get 3,000 yards in his career. David Johnson even got over 1,000 receiving yards in his career. Aaron Hernandez had 20 touchdowns, almost had 1,000 yards. That's pretty good stats here. We had Fleener lead everybody with 43 touchdowns. Obviously, Martavis Bryant would have beat him if we won another season. And then who played every game? Jeremy Zuta had 176 games played. I got that backward. I'm not dyslexic, I promise. 176 games. I wonder if that is every game that we played. I'd have to do some math on that. But that's probably pretty close to every single game. I don't think he ever got hurt. I don't think I even have injuries on. So I think Jeremy Zuta, that's every single game. I don't know. But that's a lot of games. And that's pretty impressive. I like that. Defense. Here's the good stuff right here. Buster Screen is your leading tackler for the career. Okay. Not who I would have picked, but it is what it is. Buster Screen had 698 tackles. Then you got Josh Robinson with 654. Iloka with 595. Reuben Foster obviously probably would have been the leader if we went a few more seasons, because if he keeps getting 100-plus tackle seasons, he would have definitely been up there in a couple of seasons. 336 for him. Who led tackles for loss? Al Woods. I forgot we even still had Al Woods on the team. He had 62 tackles for loss. What about sacks? We had to have somebody. Darren Lee with 18 sacks in his career. 12.5 for Al Woods. 10 for Dominic Easley. Greg Hardy had 8.5. What about interceptions? We had to have some. There's Iloka. That's what I was talking about. I knew we had to have somebody with a lot of interceptions. Iloka has 17 in his career. Buster Screen has 12. Josh Robinson, 11. Reuben Foster had 8. We had to have somebody with a lot of forced fumbles, right? 3 for Iloka, 2 for Robinson, 1 for Foster, Joyner, Peppers, and Beckwith. And then we had some recoveries by Iloka, Robinson, Joyner, Peppers, and Beckwith. Blocked, we had 2 only from Abubakar. Safety was the 1 from Darren Lee. And then nobody in their career got a defense touchdown, at least on this team. Obviously, we've had some in the past, but those guys are now gone. So we'll have to take a look around the NFL into what those guys have done. So for his career, Dan Carpenter, 129 field goals made out of 165. That's good for 78% field goal percentage. He kicked a 55-yarder as his longest in his career. He had 3 ever blocked. He only ever missed 493 out of 500, so he only ever missed 7 extra points. That's good for 98% field goal, or extra point. He had 6 extra points blocked in his career, and then he just missed 1 outright. So that is interesting. Punting we don't really care about because we didn't really have a punter for that long. Kick return, Jamal Agnew got over 1,000, almost 2,000 actually. Punt returning, nobody really ever punted to us. So those are your career stats for at least the Rams. Let's take a look around the league. Who's your career leader in passing yards? We've got Phillip Rivers with 48,000 passing yards in this simulation from when he was a rookie in 2004. Obviously, they took his stats from then, and now they added on to what he did here. Same for Aaron Rodgers. Alex Smith, same for him. Matt Ryan was a rookie in 2008, so he would have been a rookie the year that we started, right? Or he would have been a 1-year pro. So basically this whole series was his career, and he got 44,000. Matt Stafford was a rookie the year that we started, so he was in the draft class the year that we started, so that is pretty cool that he got 44,000. Jay Cutler got 44,000. Josh Freeman 43,000. Sam Bradford 40,000. His whole career was in this series. Brady Quinn had 36,000. Joe Flacco 35,000. His whole career I think was in this series. Cam Newton's whole career definitely was. He got 35. Mark Sanchez 33. Chad Henne got 28. That's a pretty big drop off. Mark Sanchez, 33, and then Chad Henne, 28. Too bad we can't see guys like Brady and guys like that because they've all retired by now. Colin Kaepernick even got 27,000. Russell Wilson only 26,000. Tyrod Taylor 18,000 career. There's Jameis Winston. Andrew Luck only 16,000. That's a little bit disappointing, Andrew. That's a little bit disappointing. You only got 16,000. I thought you would have a little bit more than that. You've been in the league a little bit. Career leaders in touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers with 387. Okay. 383 for Rivers. 371 for Alex Smith. Going back and looking at this is interesting because seeing some of the guys that you would never think would be up here, like Alex Smith and Jay Cutler, Josh Freeman for sure with 314 touchdowns. Sam Bradford, 286. Interception leader was Matt Ryan with 132. Who had a lot of interceptions. Not that many interceptions in the career. Kyler Murray was 100% because he threw one pass. Who's the guy with the best passing percentage or completion percentage? Dwayne Haskins in his first year had a 70% completion percentage. But for a career, Alex Smith is your best completion percentage with 68% on 5,000 attempts. Let's get to the rushing now. Who leads the league in rushing? It is Adrian Peterson with 15,800 rushing yards. Matt Forte, 14,000. Ray Rice, 13,000. Chris Johnson, 12,000. It kind of drop off here. It kind of goes down pretty... Well, it's kind of a steady incline until we get to here with Mark Ingram. Marshawn Lynch, the last over 10,000. Who was the leader in touchdowns? Adrian Peterson, who had the best career, it looks like, with 132. Matt Forte had 123. Ray Rice, 114. Jonathan Stewart with 100. That's pretty interesting. Who led the league in fumbles, or who had the career in fumbles? Kenny Britt and Ray Rice. That's interesting. Who had the best average per game? 89 yards. Adrian Peterson for his career averaged 89 yards per game. Just think about that for a second. Adrian Peterson, for his entire career, 13 years, he was a rookie or a one-year pro or something like that. He was young when we started this series, and for his career finishes with an 89.8 average. That's outrageous. Crazy. And he didn't get hurt. 176 games must be the total for the entire series, how many games we've played, and because nobody goes above it. So yeah. Oh wait, no, hold on. 279 games played from what, maybe I was wrong. What? 260. Oh, I guess I was wrong. Excuse me. It looks like it's 279 games played. I don't know how many. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Forget I said anything about that. Receiving. Megatron by a lot. Megatron by a lot. That's crazy how many receiving yards he had over everybody else. 17,000 receiving yards. He was on the Lions his entire career, I would assume, right? It doesn't look like he moved anywhere. Yeah, he was on the Lions his entire... Oh, no. He was on Minnesota for a while. Wait, what? No, he wasn't. What is this? He was never on Minnesota. 2018, 2017, 2016, 2014. What are these stats? This is not... Calvin Johnson wasn't even in the league in 2014. I think he had retired by that point, hadn't he? Hold on, I gotta look this up. I'm gonna be right back. All right, so I'm back. Calvin Johnson played from 2007 to 2015. So these stats are just like non-existent. I don't know why they're here. I knew he never played for Minnesota, obviously, but I don't know why these stats are here. We started in 2020 anyway, so he did play his entire career with the Lions, just like he did in real life. And he didn't even get 1,000 yards this last season. All right, I don't know why that threw me off for some reason. I knew it was wrong, but it still threw me off. Who else had some pretty big? Who led touchdowns? Calvin Johnson with 139. He just dominated everybody. He's just the best. Calvin Johnson is just the best guy. Pierre Garçon had 108. Golden Tate had 107. Doug Baldwin 106. We had Doug Baldwin, didn't we? Oh no, we had Jermaine Kearse. That's who we had. Earl Bennett had 91. 10,000 career yards for Earl Bennett. Deshaun Jackson had 10,000. Greg Olsen, our first tight end on the board, had 10,000. Jermaine Gresham? No way. Jermaine Gresham had 9,000. We should have took Jermaine Gresham. He would have been, he would have fit the challenge. Blocking. We had 176 games played from Joe Thomas. See, this is why I got confused. Because some of these guys have only played 176 games, and they're offensive linemen, so why wouldn't they have played all the games? I don't know. Now we get to the good stuff, the tackling. Vontae Davis, 11 years in the league, spans the entire career. His entire career was in this video, I'm pretty sure. Right? Did he start before? I'm pretty sure he was a rookie. Maybe he was a one-year pro when we started this. I don't know. But he finishes with 1,400 tackles and 1,478. Aqib Talib had 1,443. Brian Cushing, 1,380. James Laurinaitis, 1,312. Patrick Willis, 1,269. Why is that not? That's not Patrick Willis. He has a face. What? Patrick Willis has a portrait. Why is that Patrick Willis? I don't know what that is. Ray Maluga, 1,268. Dakota Watson, 1138. Eric Weddle ended up on the Chargers. What? Has he always been on the Chargers? He should be, right? Because his career... No, I don't want to trade for him. Ah, whatever. I don't know. Keith Rivers, who we had for a while. He finishes with 12 high. I thought he'd retire by now. So he was on Cleveland, Buffalo, and Miami after leaving us. He was here for a while. We drafted him. And then... he was here. He was our mainstay for a long time. Then I think I traded him to Cleveland, and then he just signed a couple contracts with Buffalo and Miami. Tackles for loss, and Ndamukong Suh, 145. Mario Williams, 144. Obviously, the first draft class that we had was Mario Williams, I'm pretty sure. Right? Am I thinking that right? I think so. I don't know. No, it wasn't the first draft class. The first draft class was Matt Stafford. What am I thinking? Duh, I'm such an idiot. Von Miller, 130 tackles for loss. J.J. Watt, 130 tackles for loss. This is where it gets good. Sacks, 134 for Calais Campbell. Elvis Dumerville, 126.5. Haloti Ngata, 121. Brian Cushing, 119.5 and a half. I don't know why I said 0.5. 119.5. J.J. Watt, 109. Clay Matthews, 108.5. Brandon Graham, 101.5. Mario Williams, 95.5. I'm kind of shocked that some of these guys didn't get more, but they might not have been in the league long enough. Although I say that, and J.J. Watt's been in the league 8 years and got 109, so. Interception leaders. Vontae Davis, he just had a Hall of Fame career, it looks like, with 49 interceptions. Darrelle Revis on the Vikings, for some reason, 35 interceptions. Aqib Talib, 30. Xavier Rhodes, 26. James Laurinaitis had 24. Good for James Laurinaitis. Let's go, my guy. Total pass deflected, 102 from Brian Cushing. Vontae Davis with 101. Forced fumbles, 14 for Vontae Davis. 11 for Brian Cushing. 11 for Maluga. And 10 for Keith Rivers. And Keith Rivers picked up 9 of them, most out of everybody. Block kicks. Jarrell Casey had 3. Ziggy Hood had 3. Jabal Sheard had 2. David 2. Preston Smith 2. Chancellor, Lawrence, Williams, and Zach Brown, and Brian Price all had 2 as well. Safeties, J.J. Watt 3. Justin Houston 3. Fletcher Cox 2. Cameron Hayward, Mario Williams, Von Miller, Calais Campbell, Brian Cushing, B.J. Raji, Elvis Dumerville, Clay Matthews, Muhammad Wilkerson 2 as well. Defensive touchdowns, E.J. Gaines, Eric Berry, Xavier Rhodes, Prince Amukamara, Eric Reed, Patrick Peterson, Jason Verrett, Taylor Mays, Desmond Trufant, Luke Kuechly, Darrell Revis, Mark Barron, Harrison Smith, Jairus Byrd. All right, the kickers. The kicker! Stephen Gostkowski, 152 field goals made in the career, 177 attempted, 85%. Rigoberto Sanchez has the best field goal percentage, but he's only played 3 years. So let's find somebody. Oh, it's Stephen Gostkowski. He had the best for guys that have been in the league the longest. The longest field goal made was by Zane Gonzalez, a 58-yarder in this career. He kicked a 58-yarder. That's pretty impressive. I gotta give it to him. The most blocked kicks was Matt Prater. He had 6 of them blocked. And then Steven Gostkowski had 8 of his extra points blocked. Everybody should have been 100%, right? Maybe not everybody, but who's the longest tenured guy? Brett Swenson had 99%. Nick Folk had 99%. Okay. The longest field goals of 58, or from 50, 38 attempted by, 40 attempted by Steven Gostkowski, 38 made from 50 yards or more. Okay. Punting, we don't really care about punting. This is what we care about, kick returning. Todd Gurley had 2 kick returns for touchdowns. AJ Jenkins, JJ Nelson, Amari Cooper, Kendall Wright, Jeremy Hill, Josh Jacobs, Mecole Hardman all had a kick return for touchdowns. Punt returns for touchdowns. LaShawn McCoy had 3. Marshawn Lynch had 2, which is weird. Cordell Patterson and Todd Gurley all had 1 as well. Why is it just, it's weird, running backs and wide receiver. You would expect Cordell Patterson to have 1, but not these guys. That's weird. Whatever, you do you. That is career stats. That is your career stats. Let's check out the record books. Did anybody break any records? I don't think anybody did. Let's check out game stats first. See if there's any game stats being broken here. It doesn't look like it. Kyle Orton and Jay Cutler in 2027. I'm not sure what that year would be in our thing, but they threw for 7 touchdowns in a game. Nobody with the rushing in a game. Nobody with the rushing touchdowns. Receiving yards, no. Receiving touchdowns, no. Catches, no. Sacks, no. Interceptions, no. All right, season. Did anybody break a season thing? Mark Sanchez did with 5,118 passing yards. Then we had Jared Goff just this year, which is why he won the MVP, threw 47 touchdowns. Jimmy Clausen threw 46 a couple of years ago. Who else? Rushing touchdowns? No, nothing. Receiving yards. Calvin Johnson had 1,800 in 1 year. Calvin Johnson had 25 touchdowns. Ooh. Calvin Johnson had 25 touchdowns in a season. My God. That's crazy. Brandon Cooks did it a couple of years past with 20, and then Doug Baldwin did it a few years ago with 19. Tyler Lockett did it just this season with 19, and Doug Baldwin did it again. Doug Baldwin did it in 2024 and 2027 with 18 and 19. That's crazy. Catches, nothing. Sacks, no. Interceptions, no. What about a career? Anybody that you wouldn't think would fit here? I don't think so. What about touchdowns? Anybody that you wouldn't think would fit here? Oh, there's 2 Phillip Rivers here, though. I do notice that. This one is the one from our series. This is the original Phillip Rivers. Is there any duplicates other than that? It doesn't look like it. So Phillip Rivers just had a dominating career, it looks like. Oh, Alex Smith is here. Even though this isn't the real Alex Smith. This is our Alex Smith. But I didn't even recognize him there. Rushing yards. Anybody new? Anybody new? Oh, wait. One of these Adrian Petersons is our Adrian Peterson. The other is the real life Adrian Peterson. I'm not sure. I think it's this one because we checked the stats. He had 15,000 yards. So that makes sense. Duh. Matt Forte is here new. And Ray Rice is here new. I don't think those guys were there originally. Touchdowns in a career. There's Matt Forte, Ray Rice, Adrian Peterson. We've got receiving yards. There's Calvin Johnson. We got 2 Larry Fitzgeralds here. I'm not sure which is the real one. I don't remember. But they were pretty close. Whichever one is ours got pretty close or beat the original Larry Fitzgerald. No Calvin Johnson from... Is this the real life Calvin Johnson or is this our Calvin Johnson? I don't remember, to be honest with you. Receiving touchdowns in a career. We had anybody out of the ordinary? Larry Fitzgerald, from the Chiefs is our Larry Fitzgerald, because I know that Larry never played for the Chiefs. Wait, that doesn't say, that says Cardinals 2 times. So why does this one say Chiefs? I don't know. I'm confused. Catches. Anything different? There's Larry Fitzgerald from the Chiefs. Jason Witten from the Raiders. Although, that might be real life Jason Witten, because he did play for the Raiders. So, that might be real life Jason Witten. Sacks in a career. Anybody break a record? Terrell Suggs on the Chiefs. Doesn't look like it. Interceptions in a career, I would assume nobody got here. Yeah, nobody really gets a lot of interceptions. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff indeed. Now we can go... Sorry, excuse me. Oh, I didn't mean to yawn like that. Now we can go through the league and just look at some of the talent that's in the league right now. We got... How many 99s are in the league? CJ Mosley, Smith... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 true 99s. These guys all have 99s because of or Jared Goff and Golden Tate have 99s because of morale boost. But there's 7 true 99s in the league. Only 2 of them are quarterbacks. Jared Goff, or Josh Freeman and Matt Stafford are both 99 quarterbacks. A lot of linebackers. So Josh Freeman, Matt Stafford, Jared Goff are your highest rated quarterbacks in the league. Think about that for 1 second. Then you got guys like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, Marcus Mariota, Matt Ryan. Aaron Rodgers is starting to decline a little bit. He's getting a little bit older. Carson Wentz is on the Patriots at a 90 overall. Andrew Luck's on the Ravens at an 89. Jay Cutler's still in the league at 82. He's 37. Phillip Rivers 82. Then you got the young guys down here who are going to start to climb up. Running backs, Le'Veon Bell is your highest rated running back, only because of the boost. Him and LaShawn McCoy are technically tied. Then Ray Rice, Zeke Elliott, Christian McCaffrey, Jamal Charles, Adrian Peterson. They have both? You've got Jamal Charles and Adrian Peterson? Who's their quarterback? Who's the Chiefs quarterback? It is... Colin Kaepernick is the Chiefs quarterback, with Adrian Peterson and Jamal Charles as their running backs. That's really cool. Arian Foster, David Johnson, Devontae Freeman, Matt Forte, Saquon Barkley starting to climb up there a little bit. If they have a crazy wide receiver, I'm going to be upset. Golden Tate at 32 is your best rated wide receiver. Julio Jones on the football team, Antonio Brown on the Jaguars, Odell Beckham on the Steelers, Hopkins on the Jets. Interesting. AJ Green on the Jaguars as well. Whoa, the Jaguars got Antonio Brown and AJ Green? Some of these teams are stacked. That's crazy. So who's on the Chiefs? Let me just take a look at the Chiefs. They got Kendall Wright and really nobody else. So maybe they're not that great. I thought, because they got 2 good running backs, I thought they were going to be really good. Tight ends, Rob Gronkowski on the Dolphins. Greg Olsen on the Bears. Never left for the Panthers, it looks like. Hunter Henry on the Packers. Tyler Eifert on the Dolphins. So whoa, let's go to the Dolphins real quick. The Dolphins have 2 great tight ends. And Noah Fant, too. Holy crap. Who else is on the Dolphins? T.Y. Hilton, Laquan Treadwell, Terry McLaurin. Whoa. Okay. Running back Derrick Henry. Quarterback the Dolphins. The Dolphins got an offense. Who's their offensive line? Trent Williams. Okay, not the greatest. Decent center. Decent right guard. And their offensive line's not that great. Jabal Sheard, Ziggy Hood, Quentin Williams, Anthony Barr. Okay, maybe they're not that great, but their offense is lethal. Their offense has got Cam Newton, Derrick Henry, T.Y. Hilton, Laquan Treadwell, and Scary Terry, and then Gronkowski and Tyler Eifert, along with Noah Fant. That's a scary offense. I'm glad I never had to play them. I don't know if I would win that game. That's terrifying. Good offense by the Dolphins there. Jared Cook is still in the league. Jake Butt on the Patriots at 83 overall. Jermichael Finley still in the league on the Panthers. Tyrone Smith, Joe Thomas, Trent Williams, Teron Armstead, Laramie Tunsil. There's Cam Robinson, 82 overall. Rodney Hudson at a left guard, not center. TJ Lang, 32 years old. Travis Frederick didn't have to retire because of health issues, so he's the best center in the league. Then you got the Pouncey brothers. Nick Mangold, who's still in the league for some reason. I thought he'd retire by now. Pat Elflein at 82 overall. You love to see it. There's Cam Irvin, 79. David DeCastro, 88 overall. Zach Martin at 85. He's starting to decline? No way. There's no way Zach Martin's starting to decline now. Forrest Lamp at 81. Marchand to 82. Quentin Nelson, 80. Anthony Davis, 87. See, this is why I love doing the series, because a guy like Anthony Davis is a 97 overall. That I don't even know who this dude is, but he's the best right tackle in the league. So that's why you love to see it. You love to see those kind of things. DJ Fluker, Eben Britton, or Eben Britton, however you say it. Luke Jokel at an 80. JPP, 96 overall. 94 for Khalil Mack. 90 for Daniil Hunter. Who's some of the guys that you wouldn't think would be up here? Ziggy Ansah, 84 overall. Chris McCoy, 82 at 10 years old. Who is this guy? He's been in the league for 10 seasons, and he's 10 years old. He came in as an infant, as a fetus. Chris McCoy is a legend. Why are you 10 years old? I don't know, but you came into the league as a fetus, so I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed with you. Those are the kind of things that are funny. I love seeing those kind of little weird glitches or something. J.J. Watt is a 98 on the Browns. Chandler Jones on the Chargers. Myles Garrett on the Lions. Joey Bosa on the Saints. Bradley Chubb on the Patriots. Emmanuel Ogbah on the Niners. Mario Williams still on the Texans. Nick Bosa on the Falcons. And Ndamukong Suh on the Browns. So the Browns have JJ and Ndamukong? I think I knew that. I think I talked about that in another video. That makes sense. I think I did that. We got Aaron Donald on the Panthers. Marcel Darius on the Chiefs. Gerald McCoy on the Bucks. Ed Oliver on the football team. You got Von Miller on the Colts at a 99 overall. Brian Cushing, 96. Anthony Barr, 93. Sua Cravings at 87. Courtney Upshaw at 87. That's crazy. What about middle linebackers? CJ Mosley on the Titans. Luke Kuechly on the football. Who was on the football team over here? It was... Did I say it? Did I not say somebody on the football team? Maybe it was a defensive tackle, I said. Oh, it was Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver was on the football team. Bobby Wagner on the Jaguars. Ryan Shazier on the Giants. Hightower on the Broncos. Reuben Foster's right there. And he's the youngest one out of the top guys. So that's promising that these guys are all going to start declining. And then Reuben Foster will be the top guy. Manti Te'o. I still don't know why Patrick Willis doesn't have his face scan, but whatever. James Laurinaitis at 88. Alden Smith is the best right outside linebacker at 95. Sean Witherspoon, 93. Miles Jack, 93. Clay Matthews, 89. Darren Lee's 87. TJ Watt's 86. Zach Cunningham, 82. Stephon Gilmore, the best corner in the league at 96 and only 29 years old. Patrick Peterson, 95. Casey Hayward, 94. Vontae Davis, 92. Jalen Ramsey, 91. Darrelle Revis, 90. 88 for our guy, Josh Robinson. Then you got Eric Berry at 95 overall, the best free safety in the league. Jabril Peppers coming up there. He's taking that crown soon. 87 overall. Buda Baker, 84. Earl Thomas, 83. Starting to decline a little bit, getting older. You got Jamal Adams, the best safety in free safety, or the best strong safety in the league, at a 90 overall. Landon Collins, 85. Keanu Neal, 85. Carl Joseph, 84. Iloka's there at an 84 too. Cam Chancellor, 83. Derwin James, 80. Mark Barons is 80 overall too. He probably was higher at one point. Steven Gostkowski is an 81. The best kicker in the league is 81 overall. That's a little bit depressing, but good for you. Who's the oldest kicker in the league? Nate Kading, Mike Nugent, 38. All right. Nuge. It's good to see him still in the league. Then you got punters. Who's the oldest punter? John Ryan, Sam Cock, or Cook, if you want to be professional. Wait, what's his overall? He's a 57? Why are you even in the league, my guy, if you're a 57? Oh, this guy's 10 years old too. I wonder how many guys are 10 years old. Let me go to the entire league. How many guys are 10? Just Chris McCoy? Why is it not punter? Why are punters not showing up? I don't know why punters aren't showing up, but there's only one guy that's 10 years old. I like that. He's been in the league 10 years. So what about the punter? Has he been in the league 10 years? He has been. So it must be something where some guys get glitched with how many years they've been in the league and what their age is. I don't know, but that's pretty funny that they're 10 years old. They came in the league as a fetus. So we've gone over the stats for the regular season. We've gone over the career stats for our players. We've gone over the career stats for the NFL. We've gone over the awards, the Pro Bowl. We've taken a look at the league. I think there's really only one thing left to do, and that is free agency. Who's made it to free agency? Richard Sherman is in free agency. No Sean Moreno. Troy Polamalu, who has not retired yet. He's 39 years old. He's probably going to retire at the end of the season. Terrell Suggs is in free agency. Andre Smith. What are some of the quarterbacks? Ben Roethlisberger, Vince Young, Kyle Orton, Jamarcus Russell, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's in free agency? He didn't retire yet? Can I check your stats? I think I got to sign him. It put me over the salary cap. You got to be kidding me. I don't have enough to sign. I thought Tom Brady retired by now. But he's 41 years old and still in the league. Still trying to get a job. I can't sign him because I don't have any money. No Sean Moreno, Ryan Matthews, Doug Martin, DeMarco Murray, Carlos Hyde, Beanie Wells, Niles Paul, Marcus Wheaton, Stephen Hill. We had Stephen Hill for a little bit. Julian Edelman's still here in free agency. He hasn't retired yet. Devontae Parker never really turned out to be anything, it looks like. 27 years old, 76 overall. Victor Cruz is here. Emmanuel Sanders. Alan Hearns. Some interesting names. Some guys that are like actually good in the NFL in real life. It's a little shocking to see them in free agency right now. Tim Patrick, who we had for a little bit. Tight ends. Anybody of note? Vance McDonald, Martellus Bennett, Michael Humanawanu, Gary Barnage, Jesse James, Michael Orr, Andre Smith. I still laugh at that picture. That's funny. Anybody in left guards? No, not really. Centers, not really anything either. Josh Sitton in the right guards, and Phil Lodeholt in the right tackles. Malik Jackson. John Simon's in free agency. That's a little bit upsetting. Tyson Alualu. Nick Farley, who could have fit our system. I don't know why we never had him. He could have fit our system, that's for sure. Oh, because I didn't draft him. That's right. Well, I guess it's a good thing because he didn't really turn out to be anything. He's 32.75 in free agency. Jerry Hughes is in free agency. Then you got not really any good left outside linebackers. Demario Davis I did see, though. John Beeson. Gerard Mayo. That hurts my heart a little bit. Mason Foster. Chris Borland. Terrell Suggs. Sean Lee. Casey Matthews. Then you got Sherman, Malcolm Jenkins, Jimmy Smith, Janoris Jenkins. Holy crap, this cornerback room in real life is really good, but in this, not so much. Josh Norman. We had Logan Ryan for a little bit, didn't we? Or did we not? I don't remember. I can't remember if we did or not. Jordan Poyer I saw there too. Louis Delmas. That cornerback room was crazy. We had Major Wright for a while. He was our starting free safety until we got Jabril Peppers. Polamalu, like we said. Barry Church, Andrew Sandehu, Kurt Coleman. Some crazy. I thought Brady retired by now, but he's still out here kicking it. 41 years old, 65 overall. You do you, Brady. You do you. That was a little bit shocking that he's still in the league. But let's simulate the Pro Bowl, and then we'll simulate the Super Bowl and finish out this video with a Super Bowl victory. Well, not a Super Bowl victory, but a Super Bowl. See who won the Super Bowl, I should say. But I scouted these guys just for the fun of it, just because I didn't have anything else to do while I was simulating. So let's just scout the rest of these guys, use up the last of these points. We're not going to be drafting anybody, but it might as well just use up the points so we don't waste them. Get scout, I don't really care who. Doesn't matter because we're not drafting anybody. So let's skip to the Super Bowl. It's the Browns and the Panthers. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Come on. I kind of want the Browns to win because they have like J.J. Watt and Ndamukong Suh. It is the Browns, 35-28. The Browns win the Super Bowl. Season recap. J.J. Watt was the Super Bowl MVP. You don't really see a lot of defensive guys win MVP in the Super Bowl, but J.J. Watt must have killed it. So he is your Super Bowl MVP. Retirements. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Brady and them retire. Graham Gano, Clay Matthews, Nate Kading, Haloti Ngata, Mario Williams, Patrick Hodges, Patrick Willis, Nick Mangold, Darrelle Revis, Jeremy Zuta, Calvin Johnson, Joe Staley. It's fitting that these guys are all retiring because this is our final season. It would be hard to play in a career where Calvin Johnson's not in it anymore. So it's good that he's retiring. Fred Davis, Mike Nugent, Max Unger, Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, B.J. Raji, Greg Olson, Noshawn Moreno. This is a huge retirement class. Michael Orr, Josh Sitton, Vince Young, Troy Polamalu, Phil Lodeholt, Ray Malaluga, Matt Moore, Jamarcus Russell, Martellus Bennett, Jake Locker, Ryan Matthews, DeMarco Murray, Gerard Mayo. There's Brady, finally retires. I figured he would. Kevin Cobb, Lamar Woodley, Lawrence Timmons, Chris Ivory, John Sullivan. Holy crap. This is a huge class. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Victor Butler, Gary Barnage, Felix Jones, Dennis Dixon. Only OGs remember Dennis Dixon. Stephen Tulloch. And then Matt Nagy retires. Holy crap. That's a big retirement class. So many names. So many names. I wonder how many of these guys are going to be in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Who's the two guys that we have to sign? I signed some guys just for the heck of it. It looks like it's going to be Aaron Hernandez. We don't really need to even bring back Aaron Hernandez. I will, though. How much money do I have? 19 million? Let's just bump this up to about 3. That offer's perfect. I can't wait. And then you know what I'll do? I'll just lowball, offer him the contract, and then tag him. There, just for the heck of it. There. Just for the heck of it. We'll tag Jameis Winston. We'll simulate one more week because I want to check out some of the guys in the legacy leaderboard that made the Hall of Fame because I'm assuming some of those guys did. To end out this video, go to stats, go to legacy leaderboard. Brady still says he's on the Patriots. I don't know why. He said he retired. Maybe we haven't gone far enough. I don't know. Phillip Rivers isn't on a team anymore. Jay Cutler's not on a team anymore. They might not have announced Hall of Fame yet because some of these guys would obviously be in the Hall of Fame. And it says that Adrian Peterson's still on the Chiefs. So maybe we have to go a little bit further in the thing to get... yeah, Calvin still says Calvin Johnson's on the Lions. So maybe we have to go a little bit further to see who's in the Hall of Fame. But we don't really need to see who's in the Hall of Fame. That is officially... going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for this video and for the series. It's been a fun series. It's been really awesome to go back and see. But I do have something up my sleeve for the next series on the channel in Madden 21. Though I'm assuming it's going to be the final series on the channel of Madden 21 because we are in June at this point. And I know that Madden really is dead at this point, but I appreciate you guys watching, even though it is dead, because this is what I've chosen to do, is do Madden videos. So these kind of months are hard to make content and make interesting content. So I really do appreciate you guys even watching still when Madden really isn't that relevant anymore. But there probably will be one more series on Madden 21 on the PC before Madden 22 comes out. So I'm probably going to try and stretch it for that amount of time. I'm not really sure. I don't even think they've announced when Madden 22 is going to come out. I think it's going to come out middle to late August. I don't know. That's usually when it does come out, in August sometimes. So I think they pushed it back a little bit though. So we're going to find out But I'm going to try and stretch this last series to make it the last series until Madden 2022 comes out, and then we'll start getting content on that. But thank you guys once again so much for stopping by and watching. That new series will drop sometime either... I don't know when this video is going to drop either. So, I mean, it'll be soon. Just keep an eye on the channel for that new series to come out. And it's going to be pretty fun, I hope. So, thank you guys once again for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!